Hey everyone, Gaming ADI here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Satisfactory, where in the last episode we built this factory-ish building so that we could complete phase 3 of the space elevator, which is now officially the furthest I've ever been in this game. We also built train stations so we could easily bring products back from the steel factory, and also put in this lovely spiral train track. We're now ready to start going through tier 7. So first of all, we're going to do our bauxite refinement. So I think I have everything here. Let's chuck in the computers, modular frames, or heavy modular frames, all of our motors, and our rubber. And let's go.
Milestone reached. Bauxite is refined into aluminum products via a multi-step process. Considering your past achievements, you should have the minimum required skill to overcome these new production challenges. If it helps, many others have done this before, so if you fail, someone else will eventually succeed.
Always good with the pep talk there, Ada. Right, so we have alumina solution, packaged alumina, aluminium scrap, aluminium ingots, a alclad aluminium sheet, an aluminium casing, and we can now scan for bauxite and quartz. Okay, where do we make all that then? Let's have a look. So first of all, alumina solution. So that's produced in a refinery, which goes into that in a packager. Okay. So we need bauxite and water, which is going to give us alumina solution and silica as a byproduct, which is quite handy. Then we can package that into bottles. So we'll take that and put that into bottles. So we need packaging. Okay. There's obviously a recipe that we haven't got yet. Okay. Right, well, I guess we need to have a look around for some bauxite. What have we got around here, people? Let's have a look. Wow, there's loads. Oh, there's a bit. That's a pure. It's just one node. Okay, impure. So we've got 3 to play with. Okay. Let's head over there then. Okay, so here is one of our bauxite mining locations. There are another 2, I believe they're over that way somewhere. Obviously in the woods, so not really a lot we can do with this except for transfer it somewhere. So we are here. We're gonna need water. Maybe we should aim for there, although saying that, I believe, yeah, maybe we should aim for that there. So let me head to this water. Let's chuck that there. See what we can find. Okay, let's see what one of these things is gonna need. So this is the one we want, I think. So it's gonna take 120 bauxite per minute and 180 water. Can we just make it straight into scrap though? No. Okay, so we can only make the scrap from the solution, so we have to make the solution first. Okay, 120 per minute. Okay, so we've got 3 of them around here. Let me have a little bit of a play around. See what sort of thing I can come up with. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. None of it's powered up yet. None of it's got anything coming into it yet. I have 4 refineries. 2 of them are taking in full 120. 2 of them are taking in 90. Because the 2 miners I've got, one over there and one over there, they're bringing in a combined belt of 180, so I wanted to half that. So that's these 2. The miner that I have over there is a 240, so that's bringing in, we can halve that into these 120s, which is nice. I have, oh, there we go. I have 6 of the water extractors. That's the word I'm looking for, extractors. So 3 of them will do the first 2, and this one, and there's 2 more underneath me. Just there. Those 2 will do the other 2. So we've got 3 water extractors doing... Have I got enough in my jetpack to get me up here? Oh. Yes, I have. So yeah, 3 water extractors, because we're doing 180 water a minute. So yeah, 3 water extractors, 2 machines. Because I believe they put out 120. So yeah, so that's what we've got. So 180 times 2. No, that's a plus, dickhead. 180 times 2 is 360. And then they put out 120 times 3, 360. So obviously next thing we need to look at is where are we going to put all this stuff. So we have 120 alumina. Yeah, that's this stuff here coming out. And 50 a minute of the silica coming out, and obviously that's over 4 machines, so that's going to be what, 480 of that stuff coming out. Now we need to bottle that, which isn't too much of a problem, as we do have the packager, you know, and we can throw it into the packager. But we now need empty canisters, which means plastic. Because if we look at, I think they're done in the constructor. Packages, there we go, empty canisters. So we need 30 plastic a minute. Chuck out 60 canisters. This thing's gonna need 120 a minute. I'm thinking running 4 of these, so 480 a minute. This is putting out 60, so 480 divided by 60, so we're going to need 8 of these, which is going to be taking in 30. So 8 times 30, 240 plastic we need coming in. Yeah. Now there are a couple of, because we're not far from our power plant over here. We just come up here. We can see there, if you look just there, that's one of the coal belts going to our coal plant. And down there are 2 Oil slots. Oil nodes. Yeah, nodes, that'll do. So yeah, down there are 2 oil nodes. So I'm wondering whether we should set up another plastics factory over there, just enough to cover the plastic that we need here. Or do we use the plastic we've already got, build the canisters over there, and bring them in by train? Decisions. Not quite sure what to do yet. I didn't particularly want to make this a big plant, but I think it's going to end up being quite a big plant. I mean, we're going to need 8 of them, 4 of them. So this little thing that I've done here needs to be a lot bigger than this. So leave it with me. I'll see what I can throw together, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, so it's been a few real life days since I recorded that last bit, and there's been a slight change of plan. So I still have all of these coming from here. As you can see, I've got rid of this now. Yeah, like I say, slight change of plan. I decided not to put them into bottles and canisters because it was like, what's the point? Plus, while I was looking around, I actually found some more bauxite nodes as well. So we've still got these original 3. So one over there, and this one up here. But I've switched all the belts, well, this one particularly, so that we all come this way now. And if we run down here, you can see we also carry on along here now. Going up. So these are all Mark IV belts, because we need it. And then that comes around here, and we go down just a little drop down, just a little drop. And you'll notice what I've done here is I've used the little cheat that you can use so that I can make one continuous belt going all the way up there. So if you put a floor hole in up there, go down to the bottom, place your lift, and then point up into that floor hole, you'll get one continuous lift. Whereas if you try and do it the other way, there'd be a break about halfway, and then you'd have to go up again. So yeah, so that's what I've done there, and I've taken this all the way down to another few bauxite nodes that I found. Just keep following this down. So we have one here. Oh yeah, it's very radiated around here. So we got one here. This is a Mark II miner, I believe. Yeah, putting out 60. And then we'll follow these round. Yeah, there's a lot of uranium around this area and irradiated monstery things. And then on here we've got another Mark II putting out 60. They come all the way down here. We've got another one over here, which is another Mark II, but this is putting out 120. And then we've got one all the way up the top there, which I believe is putting out 240. So basically what I've ended up with is 2 belts for 480. Yeah, so I've got 2 belts for 480 bauxite. So that's what, 960? So I've got 960 bauxite running all the way over here. And then off the edge of this waterfall and going down to this. So we have 12 water extractors going into 8 refineries. And what I've decided to do is, like I say, why am I even thinking about bringing plastic over and bottling this stuff when I can just make the whole thing here and get the aluminium and everything going from here. I don't need to bottle it. So this is what we've got. As you can see, it is actually already working. I have powered it up. The wires are hidden quite well. And then if we go down here, we can see what I've done here. So we've got all the water coming in. I need to change the color of the pipes. We've got the water coming in here. That's all running up here. I've got a couple of pumps, well, one pump on each pipe down there, but they're Mark II pumps, so they pump to 50 meters up rather than 20 like the Mark Is. So that's enough, and they come along here and obviously go up to the machines, and then we've got the bauxite coming along here and up into the machines as well. So the next thing we need to do is make this solution into scrap. So yeah, this solution's going to go into scrap. This I'm going to put into storage bins to begin with, but it's going to help us out later on in this process because we need it again. So yeah, so leave this with me and I will bring you back in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, things have changed a little bit. I've painted all of these pipes because they're water, although I have just noticed I've missed a water extractor down there, so that needs painting. I'll put some stairs in to make it easier to get up and down, and there are 4 new refineries over the back there. So let's go and have a quick butcher's. So over here now, our fluid goes into these refineries and it comes in with coal. Now I did go and find some coal from over there. I've got 2 nodes over there coming down here into both of these machines. So we've got the coal coming in, we've got the solution coming in, which is making our scrap, and also water as well. So we've got water as a byproduct. As you can see, I haven't actually put anything in to feed these out yet, because I'm still trying to decide where we are going to go with these. But I thought I'd let you see what we've got up so far. So we've got the solution coming in with the coal to making scrap. Now after the scrap, we now need to make ingots. Aluminium ingots, and that is where the silica will come into play. So the scrap plus the silica will produce ingots. So you can see here we've got the coal coming down. So like I say, it's 2 nodes up there, comes all the way down here, splits over and just goes 2 up there, 2 up there. Lovely jubbly. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of silica in these. Because everything's come to a standstill, I could have had, I guess I could have put in some sinks, but I haven't. That would have kept everything running, I guess. But yeah, I didn't. But that's how far we've got so far, which is nice. Can I get that from here? I can. Lovely. Yeah, that's about it. So time to start thinking about where I'm going to place the ingots. I'm thinking of just taking it out further. So yeah, I might just extend this out that way and put the ingots on there. But I'll bring you back in a little bit. And here's what I came up with. We have 16 of these lovely machines, taking in all the aluminium scrap and the silica and producing aluminium ingots. And again, as you can see, the aluminium ingots at the minute are going nowhere. But the scrap is running. The silica is coming up from downstairs, which I'll take you down to see in a minute. And yeah, we have 8 on each side. So we've got 16 lovely machines producing us aluminium ingots. Now, with the silica, I don't have enough being produced from the previous production to actually fill what I need. I'm about 400 silica short. At the minute, I'm not that worried about it, but it is something I will be addressing soon. So you can see here, we've got 50 a minute coming out of these. We've got 8 machines, so that's what, 400 silica? Yeah, 200 on each side, isn't it? But I need 800 silica, so I'm about 400 short. Now, there are some quartz nodes over there, but like I say, at the minute, I'm not that bothered. I know it's going to hold this up, and if it holds it up too much and it becomes a pain in the ass, then I will probably add them in as well. But yeah, there's somewhere over there, I think. Can't remember how to make it ping now. How do I make this ping? I can't remember. There it is. Yeah, there's somewhere over that way somewhere. But yeah. Right, so next thing, ingots. Now we need to make aluminium plates and aluminium castings from these ingots. Now we're going to be getting 60 a minute out of these, out of each machine. So we're going to have, I think it's about 960 ingots we're going to be producing. And we need to split them up. So I think it's 480 on each side. They're going to come out and they are going to go straight into making... One lot of 480 is going to make castings, one lot of 480 is going to make the sheets, and that should give us what we need to get through the next 2 milestones in the hub, hopefully. But we'll see how it goes. What the hell? Am I being shot at by something? Have I got a creature made his way across one of my bridges? Oh, look, there's a slug. Let's go get that slug. Nice. Sounded like I had a creature shooting at me. I don't know where from. So yeah. I can still hear those faint mystic noises. There's something else. There seems to be a lot of slugs around here, and I'm not picking them all up because yeah, there's one down there. Is that one down there, or is that a... Oh no, it's just a plant. Okay. Yeah, I'm not picking them all up because I do plan on doing a run around stream, going and picking everything up soon. One day. So obviously this is the logistics floor. So you can see we've got the silica coming in here, going up on the lifts to the floor above. I've also put in these buffers here for the water. So we had water as one of the byproducts from the floor above. I've got nowhere really for it to go, so I'm just putting it into these buffers, and then yeah, just emptying the buffer out really. But you can see there we've got 2 machines feeding the water down into buffers on each side. I put railings around. I thought I'd keep this here because I quite like this open space here where you can look down to the swamp below. I think that looks quite cool. Obviously a lot more to do to make it look pretty, At the minute, looking pretty is not top of my agenda. Need to get these aluminium castings and stuff done. So yeah, so I will get all that done, get the castings and the sheets up and running, and I will bring you back in a second. Okay, so we now have an upper floor to our ingots that's making our casings and our sheets, although it's not making them at the minute, and I'll go into that in a little bit. So we basically have 6 assemblers here, constructors, sorry, and these are making the aluminium casings. So they take in the ingots, turn them into casings. Pretty damn simple. We've got 6 of them, putting out 60 a minute, so that's a lot. So yeah, it comes up there, goes back down there into storage, and then we have the assemblers which are making the aluminium sheets, which need ingots and copper ingots. So the copper, as it happens, I found some copper just down here. There's a little pure node down there, so I made the copper, put it into smelters down there, and then brought it up on a lift, encased in glass, up there. And that's about as far as I've got. Now everything's come to a bit of a standstill, and it's all down to that silica. So what I think's happening is we're producing so much of the aluminium that has actually backed up, and because we're not producing the silica quick enough, because like I say, we were 400 short, it's just backed everything up and everything's come to a standstill, and that's the problem. So I need to go, I think, and get some more silica coming in. Now I'm not 100% sure what those nodes are over there, whether they're pure nodes or what. So let's just have a quick ping, shall we? So the quartz is somewhere over here, I think. There it is. So we've got a pure, a normal, a temporary, and a normal. So 400. So out of that pure one we get, what is it, 260, is it? 240? 240, isn't it? So if I can get that and those 2 normal nodes, it should give us enough, the extra 400. Though saying that, we're going to need to... Is it a constructor that they go into? Let's have a look. Quartz silica. So we get the raw quartz in. That's a horrible number. 37.5 a minute. Can I chuck some of these in, see what we can get out of that? 93. What about the 200? 75. Fuck, horrible numbers. Horrible numbers. But if I go 4, if I put this in at 100, it doesn't do 100, does it? Okay. We're at 50. If I get this putting out 50 a minute, we need 400. So we'll get what? 2, yeah, 8 of these going. There's only 30 a minute coming in. So 30 times 8 is 30 times 8, 240. That pure node should be enough. Right. I think it's time for me to go get some quartz. Okay, so I have managed to get the silicon up and running. We are now bringing in 2 belts of just over 300, just over 200. Because it just made, when I did it at 200, the belts, they were just with gaps in the belts, and I didn't like it. so yeah, so one goes straight into that storage bin, the other one comes over the top and goes into that storage bin. So these will probably fill up, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So now, go this way. We should be able to go up top. See everything working properly. So we've got the copper coming in, the aluminium ingots coming in, and we've got enough aluminium ingots coming in as well, because now that silica is coming in. That was all good. The only thing I need to sort out now is the water, because obviously I do still have to go down here, purge that water every now and again. Which, you know, it's no biggie, but while I'm here, it's no biggie. But obviously once I go off and do other things, I need to be doing something with this. Another thing we need to do is colour these, so I know it's water. For some reason I seem to have changed the default colour of my pipes to purple, but yeah, I'm sure I'll figure that out sometime. Excellent. Nice. So I guess now all that's left to do is build up enough stuff so that we can complete our phases, our milestones. So I'm going to leave this running, and then I'm going to work out how much we need, because I haven't got a clue at the minute, and we'll go and finish off our milestones to finish the episode. First up, let's get this hover pack done.
Milestone reached. The hover pack draws energy from nearby power connections and so can only be used in their vicinity. It provides an excellent vantage point of your work, which you clearly need. Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
Next in line is Mark V Logistics.
Milestone reached. Fixit dedicated this milestone to the Conveyor Belt and Lift Mark V. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
Hazmat suit is next.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Next, control system development.
Milestone reached. Several parts more efficient and powerful than the human brain can now be made to compensate for many deficiencies otherwise encountered in future development efforts. The blender enables you to mix and/or combine parts and fluids for more complex recipes. Most importantly, project part number 6, the assembly director system, should be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as possible.
Now, we can get drones.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Nuclear power.
Milestone reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fixit reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Okay, so the advanced aluminium production. This little beauty here, this little radio control unit, I actually just knocked up on the bench. But I'm assuming I'll be able to do them properly soon.
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fix-It does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fix-It predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
Okay. Right, so let's have a look and see what we've got in these ones. So we've got the hover pack, which I have actually got on. It's great. Logistics Mark 5, so we've got Mark 5 conveyor belts and lifts now. Hazmat suit, which again I've got that on as well, and the control system development, speak properly, has given us all of this stuff as well. So the blender, supercomputer, the radio controlled unit, which I've just set off on the thing. Battery, sulfuric acid. I can scan for sulfur now, which I think I could do anyway. Drones, so we can send drones around now, which is great. I don't know what they cost to make. We'll have to look at that. Nuclear power. So again, we're going to have to look at that. So I'm not looking forward to that. And the one we've just sent off, which is the advanced aluminium production. Now, these two here that are left, I'm not going to do them today, mainly because of this, the fused modular frame. Now, the fused modular frame, we need to do it in a blender, and it's going to take heavy modular frames and aluminium casings and nitrogen gas to actually produce that. So, and I'm running out of time to get this video out, so I'm not going to be doing them today. We need another 100 there, so we need 50 there, 100 there. We also need a turbo motor, which I haven't got a clue how to get that, but give me 2 ticks and I will find out. So turbo motors, the recipe for them is a cooling system, a radio controlled unit, a motor, and rubber. And they are made in the manufacturer. Okay, cool. So yeah, so we're not going to make them today. We're going to leave them for the next episode. Obviously, over the last few episodes, we've been doing like 2 of these tiers an episode and then going on to the space elevator. But as we go through, yeah, that's not going to be possible. Something someone come up with in the comments was to do with the trains and about putting down some containers, because when the train drops off and picks up, it stops the conveyor belt from going in or out. So I have done it. I've done it up the other end as well, and I have put in conveyor belts. Hopefully stop these from stopping, because this one was quite full and it still is. That's why I've given that quite a fast belt. So yeah, so thanks for the suggestion. I have done it. Yeah, and that's about it. I love this hover pack, is great. Every now and again you can see a white line coming where it's recharging itself. We have to stay in sight of power to use it, but it is cool. So that's today's episode for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, leave any comments. I do read them. I might not always reply to them, but I do read them. But as this game goes on, it's getting harder and harder to get a video out a week, what with work as well. So, but I will still try my best. But until then, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.